Today I'll be telling about inheritance. Inheritance in Java is the concept of acquiring the properties from one class to the other class. For example, the relationship between father and son. Inheritance in Java is the process of acquiring all the behaviors of a parent object. The concept of inheritance in Java is the new class can be constructed on top of older ones. You can use the parent class method and properties when you inherit from an existing class. You can also add additional fields and methods to your existing class. The parent-child relationship is also known as ISA relationship. It is represented by inheritance. To explain further, one object can acquire all the parent object properties and the actions through the technique of inheritance in Java programming. It is a crucial component of OOPS. In Java, the idea of inheritance means the new class can be built on top of existing ones. When you derive from an existing class, you can use its methods and properties to the current class. You may also add new fields and methods. How to use inheritance in Java? The extend keyword is used for the inheritance in Java. Using the extend keyword indicates you are deriving from an existing class. In other words, extend refers to the increased functionalities. The extended keyword extends a class and is an indicator that class is being inherited by another class. When you say class B extends a class A, it means that class B is inheriting the properties which are methods and attributes from a class A. Here, class A is a superclass or a parent class, and class B is a subclass or child class. Here is a general syntax for inheritance. In example 1, the vehicle is a simple class representing a generic vehicle. It has two methods, start and stop, which prints the message indicating that vehicle is starting and stopping. Car is a subclass of vehicle denoted by the extend keyword. This means car inherits from the vehicle class. It has an additional method, drive, which prints a message indicating the car is driving. Inheritance example is a main class with a main method. Inside main, an instance of the car class, my class is created using the new keyword. The instance my class can access methods from both the superclass and subclass. Start and stop are inherited methods from vehicle superclass. Drive is a method specific to the car subclass. The start and stop methods are called on the my class instance and the message from the vehicle class are printed. The drive method is called and the message specific to the car class is printed. Here is an output for example 1. Example 2. In the below example of inheritance, class employee is a base class, class engineering is derived class, extend to the employee class, and class test is driver class to run the program. Here is an output for the example 2. Class, superclass, subclass, and reusability are the important terminologies used in Java inheritance. Class is a set of objects which share common characteristics or behaviors and common properties or attributes. Class is not a real-world entity. It is just a template or blueprint or a prototype from which objects are created. Subclass. The class whose features are inherited is also known as superclass. Subclass. The class that inherits the other class is known as subclass. It is also known as derived class and extended class. The subclass can add its own field and methods in addition to the superclass fields and methods. Reusability. Inheritance supports the concept of reusability. When you want to create a new class and there is already a class that includes some code that we want, we can derive our new class from the existing class. By doing this, we are reusing the fields and methods of existing class. There are 5 types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Single inheritance. As the title indicates, just one class is subject to this kind of inheritance. The parent class gives rise to just one child class. In the image below, class A is a base class derived from a class B. Multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is a derived class will be inheriting a base class as well as the derived class also acts as the base class for the other classes. In the example in the below image, class A serves as the base class for a derived class B, which is turn serves as a base class for the derived class C. In Java, class cannot directly access the grandparents member. Class A is a base class B is an intermediate class, and class C is a derived class. Hybrid inheritance. It is a mix of two or more of the above types of inheritance. Since Java does not support inheritance with classes, hybrid inheritance involving multiple inheritance is also not possible with classes. In Java, we can achieve hybrid inheritance only through interface, in which if we want to involve multiple inheritance to implement hybrid inheritance. However, it is important to note that hybrid inheritance do not necessarily require to use of multiple inheritance exclusively. It can be achieved through the combination of multi-level inheritance and hierarchical inheritance with the classes, hierarchical and single level with classes. Therefore, it is needed possible to implement hybrid inheritance using class along without relying on the multiple inheritance type. Advantages of inheritance. Code reusability. One of the primary advantages of inheritance is code reuse. The subclass can inherit attributes and behaviors from superclass, reducing the need of rewrite code. Method overload. Inheritance allows subclass to provide a specific implementation of the method that is already defined in the superclass. This is also a method overloading and is the way to achieve polymorphism. Polymorphism inheritance facilitates allowing objects of subclass to be treated as object of superclass. Structure and organizing code. Inheritance helps in organizing and structuring code by creating hierarchy of classes. Enhancing software development. Inheritance promotes modular design, making it easier for multiple developers to work on different parts of systems simultaneously. Disadvantages of inheritance. Tight coupling. Inheritance can lead to tight coupling between subclass and superclass. Changes in the superclass may affect the behavior of subclass and vice versa. Increased complexity. As the hierarchy of class grows, it can become more complex and harder to understand. Difficult in understanding. Inheritance can make the code more challenging to understand, especially if the hierarchy is deep and complex. Issue with multiple inheritance. While Java supports single inheritance, multiple inheritance can lead to diamond problems in other languages. Inherited method may not be able to approach. Subclass inherit all the methods from superclass, and sometimes these methods may not be approached for the subclass. This can lead to less clean and efficient design. Thank you.